Welcome to the Naked Relationship Podcast. I'm Adam.
And I'm Kelly.
And we've got something special for you that we are pumped about. And quite frankly, someone was really pleased to do.
Ooh.
Yes. But first off, we are going to get to our Twitter poll of the week, which is actually from last week. We were going to record last week's episode. And right as we sat down to record, Kelly's boss calls and asks, "Why aren't you coming into work tonight?"
No, they were like, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, I guess I am now.
Yes. And unfortunately, not the pleasant way either. So our Twitter poll of the week is kind of exciting. And so it is, what is your reaction when you catch your partner masturbate? Share funny stories below. Turned on, so our first four options are turned on, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't see that, and wish I hadn't seen that. So we've got two replies, one through our Kick chat from one of our listeners. And so our first comment comes from Front Porch Swingers. She said, "I assume this will be very skewed towards the naughty audience you guys have, and I would be super interested to see the poll results with the general population on this one, or for the general population on this one." So it is very skewed.
Yes.
Like very fucking skewed.
Yeah, because all of our followers just like obviously know what we do.
Well, I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
But so I guess I should spill the beans. Turned on at basically 92%. I wish you fell into that category.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm sorry, had 5.7. I didn't see that, 0.8. Wish I hadn't seen that, 1.6. I feel like you fall into the oops, I'm sorry category. Or, well, no, you really fall into the haha, caught you, motherfucker category.
If I catch you, I'm like, yes.
You're giddy.
Okay, let me tell you two stories where I've caught you in the act.
Well, we told one on the previous episode.
Yeah. And that was the one where I caught him, like right before we were going to record. The other time is when I think I was on my way out to the store or something, or the thrift store. I was going to go something, and I forgot something, and I had to come back. And you were sitting at the desk, and, and you had the guiltiest look on your face. And like I saw you click out of the little screen, and it was like on Pornhub, of course. And
well, OnlyFans wasn't a thing at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't. And yes, I was like, got you. Now, when Adam catches me, I'm like, get the fuck out. This is me time, my alone time. Do not stare at me. I do not want you to join. Nothing. I
mean, it's really easy to like ruin that moment for you. All I have to do is just like show up.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Because it takes me like, if I masturbate by myself, like it takes me a while to get into the mood, to find a good video. It's like an hour ordeal.
Okay, so there's been several times in the last month where you're like, okay, I'm going to go masturbate. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm like, okay. And this is typically these two particular times were around bedtime. Like, So like between 11 and 2 in the morning. That's usually when I fall asleep. And both times I sat on the couch waiting for you to come out and say you're done. And I've fallen asleep on the couch because you've fallen asleep in the bed, but not come out to tell me that you were done.
Yeah. And sometimes I can't even come and I just fall asleep. I'm like, I'm tired of trying. I'm just going to like.
Oh, I know you can't even come. You can't even come tell me you're not going to come.
It's a process. It's an ordeal. And it's like something I want to do by myself.
Yeah, it's a long, drawn-out process. Me, it's like, oh, yeah, got a nice video. OnlyFans. Oh, yes, mamacita.
No. I have to find, like, I want to find the perfect video where they're, like, going at it and, like, I almost want to come with them is why it takes so long.
You need that long-ass build-up.
Yes.
Heaven forbid you click on, like, a 3-hour compilation video.
Yeah, I never click on those compilation videos.
Oh, I hate compilation videos.
Yeah, same. I don't like them.
So, moving forward, we're going to talk about Jack's couple. Their reply was, so he was listening to our podcast while he was typing this out. So he says, oh, if that is your Twitter poll of the week, when Lee catches me, I just keep going and tell her she can join the fun if she wants to, which typically happens like 25% of the time, which honestly is 25% of the time more than I get. And I am fucking jealous.
Yeah.
I like one of my fantasies is like you catch me, but then you like finish me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can see that. But like I have to be in the mood to do that. And that's never happened.
Yeah, you've never been in the mood around me. Okay. I get it.
But like, you know, those times when like you're asleep or I make you pretend like you're asleep so it doesn't fuck up my psyche and I'm like masturbating like in the bed with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I get like, I come and I get like, I'm still turned on and I like nudge you and then you like, touch me.
It's so easy. Like I know 9 times out of 10 when you wake me up in the middle of the night, I know you want to fuck.
Yeah.
Like even when you came to bed the other night, like I went to bed and you were like upset at me. And so like when you came into the bedroom, I was like, I bet she's wanting to fuck. And so like I just played like I was asleep for a while and was like, that's right. I know what you're doing. And then like you made your move and I'm like,
move. My move was like an apology. Okay.
So when you made your move, I was like, let me hold on for a second. Let me just make her.
Hold off?
No, not like completely turn you down. I was just gonna like beg a little more for it. Well, because like I went to bed and you're like, you were in a mood.
I was in the mood.
Yeah, you were. Te amo. So that is our Twitter poll of the week. This week's one, we don't quite know what it will be, but hopefully you guys will vote on it, have a more popular turnout than last, even though we had a pretty decent turnout compared to our other ones. So but yeah, check that out. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at TNR Podcasts. That is plural. And
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. So first off, we got a toy review, which Kelly was fucking pumped about. Shout out to Taboo Toys. And if you guys want to, you guys can get a discount code, which will be in the link or in the show notes below. The code is NakedPodcast21 for 15% off. So let's go ahead and get into the toy review. And so they sent you Lawan, and it comes in multiple colors, but like we were talking about, they sent you the perfect one.
It comes in cream and sky blue. They sent me a cream one.
But it looks more like rose gold.
Yeah, it looks rose gold, and rose gold is like my color. I fucking love it. Like I have a rose gold engagement ring and a rose gold wedding band.
All the jewelry.
Yeah, all the jewelry that I have is rose gold. Fucking love. It was perfect. So it has the best packaging. I opened it up and it looked beautiful. I almost didn't want to touch it, open it, and like get it all dirty.
I wish you felt that way about me. Wait, no, I don't.
Okay, so it's corded, comes with a cord, but you can take it international because it comes with so many adapters to plug it into the wall for different countries when you travel. So you could definitely take it traveling. You don't have to worry about like packing it and like your batteries being in and it going off during TSA when they're checking your bag, right? Am I right? So it's already great. So when I used it, of course, I did not invite Adam in with me, as you know, to do this by myself.
Hashtag nap time.
But before, let me tell you a little bit about my Hitachi that I have, okay? This thing is huge. It is loud. It gets hot and it has 2 settings, wild and fucking crazy. Okay. I always have to use it like over my clothing because my like vaginal area, my clit area is way like overwhelmed by the vibration of it. So like it used to be my go-to for a little bit, but like it started getting way too much. So I've like have not used it in a while. And it also heated up really fast. Okay. And when I am masturbating, I turn that shit on. And then I start scrolling through Pornhub or whatever, or Twitter, or whatever I'm looking at.
So in like an hour and a half,
yes,
that thing must be like a furnace.
Like 5 minutes, it starts getting hot. So that's why I do not like my Hitachi. But this thing had how many settings? It had like 6 to 10 vibration settings. So many options. And like I tested it out on the very like the smallest, lowest, minimal option, like 10 vibration speeds and 6 distinctive patterns. And it was amazing. Like the first one was gentle enough that I could still use it over my clothing, or like I had to take my clothing off and just use it on my clit. It was great. Loved it. And then like as you press the button, like the plus or minus button on it, you can like increase the speed of the vibrations, and there was a middle button where you can change the pattern of the vibrations, which was great too. But like I'm an OG. I just like vibration. I do not like anything fancy or anything like that. So it was great. Love it. Recommend for sure. It did not get hot at all. And right now it is connected on my
Yeah, we basically
My
took your
power
Hitachi. Yeah, so the nightstand on the nightstand on Kelly's side of the bed has a power strip that's got her cell phone, her watch charger,
my aromatherapy
your diffuser, and then now it's called LaWand.
Lawan.
So I think we're gonna call her Wanda.
So that is like, it's definitely like on my nightstand. It's made it to the power strip. It is there to stay.
So for those of you who have a Hitachi or something along those lines, and or a similar like toy that just gets really hot or just has not enough settings, it sounds like this could be the toy for you. And it is made by Taboo Toys, and you can get a 15% discount code or 15% off by using the code NAKEDPODCAST21. And that's 15% off. And the link will be in the description, but it is tabootoys.com. And so it is a very beautiful toy. The package and everything like on the inside was very nice. And the cool thing about it is that it also, one of the cool things is that it also comes with the travel adapters. I don't know if you covered that, but yeah, I think that's cool because, we plan to go global. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Yeah. So thank you to Taboo Toys for sending that over. My wife really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it. It's great.
All right, so now we're going to move on to something that happened to us a couple of weeks ago. So I had a play date with a guy, and he's kind of one of those where we've been talking on and off for a year and a half, maybe longer than that even, because, I think so. Anyway, so we were talking for a while, off and on, and he's just the definition of flaky. I don't know. And so Thursday night came, and we were supposed to get together, and he sent me a text a little into the night and said, hey, work's sending me to the big city. That's like an hour and a half away. I can come by later, or you can come by my place. And I was kind of tired. I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna do anything. But hey, that one, I could have still did it. But anyway, that's on me. So Saturday night, I had another planned play date with Anne. I guess it's been 6 months of a fuck buddy friendship with her. Would you say?
Really?
Yeah, well,
I feel like it's been longer.
No, so I think August was like the first time we fucked. I want to say that, but anyway, she was in town for the party that I didn't want to go to that I'll get into here in a minute. But so I meet her at a hotel, and she opens the door, and she is just wearing panties, and I'm like, yes.
Wait, she's topless and just wearing panties?
Just wearing panties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her body reminds me of you. I think that's why I'm so attracted to her, at least physically. And so we start making out, and there's an abnormal amount of foreplay.
I mean, that's good.
Oh, no. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, but I'm saying for me, I was should I try to do this or that or whatever? But I just let everything flow naturally. And I think we made out for a good while. And then I think I started playing with her titties because she loves her tits being played with. She fucking loves it. And so then I eventually worked my way to going downtown on her. Down on her. And so I do that and I tease her a little bit down there. And then eventually we start naked dry humping, which
is dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
It's dangerous.
It is just put it in already kind of dangerous. But anyway, we held off and we got a condom, not a condominium, but we are house shopping, so who knows? So eventually we got a condom and we just went to town, and I didn't last long, which is strange because normally you're the only person I can't last with. It's I can last 10 seconds with you and 2 hours with other people. No shit, that is real. And with her, I think it lasted 5 minutes, and then we went again a couple 10, 20 minutes later, but it's
multiple rounds.
Yeah, but we only did it twice, which for us is a record low.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess maybe all things considered, maybe some people are one and done, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we were going to do it in the shower, but she didn't want her hair to get wet.
Understandable.
So we didn't fuck in the shower. I wanted to see all the friends from the swinger group that we're in that's throwing this party, and so I ended up tagging along to go to the party. I didn't even play at the party, and I just wanted to hang out, see everyone. I mean, really, the only person in the group that I'm really attracted to is Anne. And so Anne and I get there, and we just start talking with everyone because the play doesn't start when everyone's there. Like there's fellowship first, and then everyone's like, all right, yeah, I guess I can fuck your brains out however you'd like.
Fellowship.
Well, that's
Makes
essentially...
it sound like a church.
Well, we do worship sex around here. And so we all get there. We're all fellowship. We all have the get together time, whatever. And then slowly but surely the play starts. And so while I'm at this party and fucking in the hotel room, you are out with your coworkers.
Yes.
And you started drinking a little bit. So Anne at the hotel room, she told me that she was kind of like wanting to play with this one guy. And so I wasn't trying to be a cock block to him or her. So when the play started, they went into that bedroom where the play was happening at that time. And like he started just like caressing her booty. They were like on the bed together, like almost spooning, but like with like 6 inches between their torso and back, whatever. And so he was just like rubbing on her and all these things. And I saw that. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be a cock block. I'm just gonna let them do their thing, whatever. What I didn't know is that she was like in her head, she was thinking, no, I don't like this guy. I don't want to play, whatever.
Oh, she didn't like that guy that was caressing her?
Yeah, but she didn't like, I think she did, but I think she liked the idea of playing with him. And then as the night progressed, she just kind of lost interest. Because she told me like the next day or two that she wishes that I would have just came and started making out with her or like whatever. But in my mind, I was trying to give her, what she wanted. I was trying, well, not give her what she wanted, but I was trying to not be a cock block.
Yes.
To either of them.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, you should have just came in and started pounding me. I'm like, well, sorry, I can't read you. Like, But anyway, so that happened. And one time I even went back there to see like what was going on. And then I look around and I'm the only one like not on a bed. And so I'm like, oh, well, let me just act like I'm going to go blow my nose. And so I did that and went back to like everyone else was like talking or whatever. And so I'm talking to the organizer and one of the administrators who you fucked, the really nice guy with a huge cock.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's cool as shit. He also knows that we have a podcast. So him and I start talking with the organizer and then I get a text from you saying you have to poop. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was in the bathroom.
Yeah. And so a couple minutes later, I get another text saying, I think I'm about to leave and go home. I'm okay to drive. And I was like, no, you're not. Because I know you. And you had a margarita. And then I know you had another like shot at the bar because like your Snapchat was like really funny. Like, I don't know if you saved that. I hope you did, because like you take the shot and like you do like some weird like eye twitch thing. And then you totally try to play it off like you're a badass bitch. It is hilarious.
I didn't save it.
Oh,
it was a bad shot.
Oh, man. But anyway, so like, but I know like, because you're you, that those aren't the only 2 drinks that you've had with your friends. You're not an alcoholic by any means, but I also know that you like to party like you're still in college with friends. So I know you're not okay to drive. And so I leave the party to come get you. And I think it's like a 30-minute drive, but it's like a 15-minute drive,
yeah,
which I was fucking grateful. And so I'm 3 minutes into a 15-minute drive and I've got you on the phone and you're sitting in your car. And so with 13 minutes left in a 15-minute drive, I'm like, babe, I'm almost there. Because I'm trying to keep you going. And I also don't want you to fall asleep. I want you to keep it on speakerphone so I can hear if like an officer like knocks on your window, because you are dead ass asleep in the fucking car park in downtown of our city, drunk, passed the fuck out, in your car, behind the wheel.
The car wasn't on.
But you can still get a DUI in some places for just being behind the wheel and drunk. Even if the key's not in the ignition. I'm just saying. Lots of ways that it could have gone bad. And so I eventually make it to you and I pick you up and I'm asking you, like, once I get you in the car, I'm like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? And you're like, no. And so I go to our normal drunk food provider, Cookout, and I order us both food, because I know that you're going to be hungry. And so then when we get home, I wake you up. It takes me like a little bit longer to wake you up, but you walked completely fine up the stairs. You walked completely fine in the door, completely different than the level of drunkenness where you pissed on the bed after hanging out with Destiny and Daniel. And shout out to you, Mr. M. I don't know if we can use your name. I'll ask you later. But like, you were completely different. Like, you were way more sober. And I think you ate your food. You were like completely coherent after you got in the house. But like, still, I was so glad you didn't like drink drive. God damn, that could have been really bad. But yeah, so that is the party plus my picking you up. Oh, and you were like, when you were on the phone with me before you fell asleep, you're like, I'm okay to drive. And I'm like, no, you are a nurse. You save lives. You don't take lives.
Yeah, he made me feel guilty as fuck. I was like,
Yeah, like there was like some other things that I said along those lines, but I was trying to make sure you did not fucking turn that car on and pull out of that
I
parking
didn't
spot.
turn it on, okay? I
I'm
was in
just
there
saying.
freezing my butt.
I'm just saying, I was trying to prevent you from doing some major shit. So that's that story.
That was your weekend.
Yes, that was last weekend. Was it last weekend?
I don't know.
Oh, well, the weekend before, but it was like the weekend, like right after our last episode.
Yeah.
So that's that story. One last thing I want to say. So Kelly and I play Words with Friends. Why? Because my wife wants to get her ass kicked at a really fun Scrabble-like game. I gotta say, it's really funny to me because 3 years ago, if you were to tell me that I have a fuck buddy who's playing Words with Friends with my wife and they know about each other, I would never have believed. Like, it's just so crazy because Anne and Kelly are playing Words with Friends against each other while I'm kicking both of their asses.
Okay, I just beat you in the last game.
Okay, so you beat me on average 1 out of every 12 times.
I feel like you made that number up.
Well, it was 11 and then you won after like 2 or 3 games after I didn't say that. Let's look it up and see what it is, shall we? All right, so head to head. Okay, so it is... Where did I get the
What
1 and
is it?
11?
Exactly.
Oh, I think I just misread. So it's 4-1 is what it is.
4-1.
Yeah.
25%.
But like my average score is 353.60 or 294.2. My average word against you is 22.4 and yours is 17.8. Hashtag I kick ass. Anyway, also guys, keep in mind that we are working on Patreon. Give us some feedback of things that you would like to see, whether that is like a group text for all of our listeners, including us, whether that's like certain merch, certain things that you guys want to see. Let us know and we will try to accommodate. Speaking of merch, you can buy our merch on fullswapshop.com. And that link is also in the description. Speaking of buying very awesome, fucking awesome things, you can check out tabootoys.com. Use the code NakedPodcast21, and that will get you 15% off on their awesome website. Check it out because Kelly loves her toy that she got from Taboo Toys. It's fucking awesome because, like she said, the toy that she's now been replaced had 2 settings, way too much and way too fucking much. But the toy that Taboo Toys sent us, just perfect. So again, Naked Podcast 21 gets you 15% off. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TNR Podcast. That is plural. Kelly sometimes runs the Instagram when she's not saving lives as a nurse, but feel free to send her a message on there. And am I forgetting anything, babe?
Bye.
Adios.